if you can.
Just try and keep me in the conversation if I get distracted.
Okay. How's it going, everybody? Rich from Ragiroth Enterprises here, and today I am with Mark Unart.
Hey, what's up, guys? We're gonna have a nice, awesome Soul Calibur video discussion today.
So first we wanted to talk about the possibility of Geralt's fighting style being available for create a character, and if it is, maybe how it could be altered if it needs to be. So I guess the style is there's no copyright or licensing issue with it, or whatever the issues that prevent the guest characters from having their styles being used by created characters. And
right.
We're playing Soul Calibur 5 in the meantime.
So if we get distracted a little bit, guys, sorry, we're doing this live as we're talking, so
yes.
We will try to be as engaged as possible, but I gotta be on my toes against Rich, because he is a good player. Like, I'm talking right now and getting my butt handed to me. Okay,
yeah,
so...
Okay.
So how do you think they would go about that, or what are your thoughts on it first? I'll let you open it up since this was your topic.
Well, no, see, it could go either way. Like, first of all, like, yeah, we don't really have the best luck with getting created character style for guest characters. However, we got to keep in mind that Soul Calibur 5, it's been kind of a while, and maybe since this is produced by the same people that made Tekken 7. And they're kind of lenient with how you can customize the guest characters. I mean, you can do some pretty ridiculous things with Akuma, Geese, and Noctis. So I'm thinking maybe this is showing maybe some either leniency with Namco Bandai, or maybe with whichever developer is lending their character to Soul Calibur. So maybe Capcom, I guess SNK and Square Enix were kind of more lenient with their characters. I actually think they were actually the least lenient with Noctis, aside from him having the most outfits. But otherwise, they still could do pretty goofy things with him, which, So I think that maybe gives some hope for his style being available to characters in Soul Calibur 6, especially it's not really, it's not him doing it. It's another character just using his weapons or skills.
The thing that, I mean, they'd have to kind of disassociate it in some way, because as one of my subscribers brought up on my channel, it was actually just distributed by Bandai Namco. The Witcher, I thought it was produced by, but no, it's just distributed. It was actually made by, I think, Atari or something. I don't know, I'm not sure. Don't get me wrong. So they do have to go through the whole rights thing. They're loosely affiliated, but it's not like a swap between Tekken and Soul Calibur. It's not like in-house, so it's not going to be as easy to accomplish as we originally thought. Yeah. But I mean, if they're going to incorporate it some way, if he uses a sword and he uses magic, you know what I mean, we could just have a new
they
type.
Could get rid of the sign symbols.
Yeah, I mean, even if they just give basic, generic, if he has the same moveset, but, the magic, looks different, maybe has, I don't know. See, I always go back to Soul Calibur 3 when, I talk about this kind of stuff, because create a character in Soul Calibur 3, they each had their own unique, distinctive, style. I mean, I think there was souls in that game as well, but, it was if you had Kunai and you chose the ninja path or whatever, you weren't going to have Taki's exact moveset. There was different moves. You know what I mean? So I really wish they would bring that back and give us kind of different movesets for the characters, as opposed to just consistently making us have the souls and clone our characters. Yeah, it makes it easier on the development team for doing that, but if they wanted to incorporate Geralt's actual fighting style into create a character without having to mess with any licensing and stuff, maybe I'll even do it with licensing. I'm not saying they can't, but in the worst case scenario that they can't, the best thing that they could possibly do is to create a a Witcher style, kind of like how they did with like Devil Jin. But like I said, Harada and Okubo are really close because like they both, like Okubo produces both Tekken and Soul Calibur, so it's a lot easier to swap between those than it is to grab somebody from another, you know, developer. But I mean, I hate to run on like this, but like I said, like I purchased Yoda because I have the PlayStation 4 version, a PS3 version of Soul Calibur 4, and I just bought it again recently to play it, and I went back to re-download him, and he's gone. He's completely gone from the store. And I looked it up online, and they said since the licensing expired from Star Wars, like even though I spent $5 on him, I can't use him. So that kind of ticked me off, but I just hope that they don't do something similar like that here, where they give us a fighting style and then take it away. But that's why it'd be hard to kind of incorporate it.
I think if it's not DLC, it's probably fine. But if it is DLC, then that could be trouble.
Yeah, right. If it's in the base game, there's no reason for them to be able to take it away.
Yeah, because it's not like you lost the ability to use like Vader or Star Killer, you know. Right.
I mean, it's not like they have like they could also just like, no, I don't know. Like, do you have any other ideas behind like what they would do besides like giving us a generic style with like, you know, changing his style up a little bit?
I'm trying to think. I guess, well, see, it's like the thing that sucks with, like, more so with Geralt not being able to use his style is, like, a lot of people have been asking for, like, a long sword, broadsword, straight sword, whatever the hell you want to call it, style. So, I mean, honestly, they could do it. I mean, I know this would kind of take away some of the charm of it, but they could just flat out just remove the magic attacks or either replace them with something else or just have it being a more limited moveset. You know, it's one idea. And obviously, I know this is kind of avoiding the problem, but I guess if it's that big of a deal to have a long sword, straight sword, so not that I don't want one either. It's not, you know, my most requested weapon style, but what they could do is I don't know if you heard this rumor. I think I mentioned a couple times, but like supposedly Cassandra is supposed to be in Soul Calibur 5 and using like kind of a long sword style. She would have been kind of like Vader, just obviously not a lightsaber and not like force attacks. So I mean, you know, we could just get, you know, maybe Cassandra will come back and show up that, and people that want a long sword can just use her style. I know that's, you know, avoiding the problem, but you know, I guess it could be something that could happen.
Well, let's talk about for a second how important, or how disappointed rather, would you be if we didn't have Geralt's fighting style in the game for created character?
I would be disappointed and kind of pissed, but not like devastated.
I mean, because we're fine without using Ezio's in 5, to be honest, and 3 didn't even have a guest.
I think Geralt's is a bit more interesting, and I guess more because I feel like Ezio, it's like it's so much the character, but I mean Geralt, like I guess the signs and all that, but it's like aside from that, it's like no, it's just I feel like, you know, it's a typical longsword style for the most part, maybe a little more flashy.
By the way, I couldn't have chosen a worse opponent like Devil Jin against like the best movement set, I mean not movement set, but the range. His range is insane. Nightmares.
Yeah. Oh shit. But yeah, I mean, I think removing the signs could be a way to change it. I mean, I know that would be lame, but
the glyphs,
it would still be kind of get, you know, given that long sword style. It's still kind of, you know, Geralt. Geralt's like, I guess.
Gerard Butler is the guest character in Soul Calibur 6.
Oh, okay, I could have a Spartan. There we go.
Dude, his damage is so nasty in this game. I forgot how strong Nightmare is. Hits you like 5 times.
It doesn't help. Like Nightmare has always been one of my best characters. He was like my original main character. But yeah, I'm trying to think of other ways you can do it.
It's hard even getting close.
Maybe. Oh, I guess if it's a matter of the weapon, they could just maybe make the longsword, or you know, I mean, it's like, no offense to Geralt, but it's like it's not like his main weapon is that distinct. It's not like, you know, the Soul Edge or anything. But I guess could just simply change the weapon a bit so it's, you know, less like his.
He has a certain He has a certain fighting style though, that, like, he uses in The Witcher, and I know you've been playing it like recently. He's like got like a really fluid.
Yeah, very like flips and dances and stuff.
Yeah, almost like the Trickster was in 5, but he's like very flowy. I don't know how to explain it, but
yeah, I think I get what you mean.
You know what I mean? Like, it would be kind of hard to just like. I mean, I feel like we would give disservice if we actually I'm dead. If we actually got, you know, a style and it wasn't as good as we thought it would be.
Yeah. I mean, I think, like I said, I think there is. I mean, it's probably not a super high chance. I think there is a chance that they could just let us use his style and no alterations, because, you know, it's been a while since Soul Calibur, you know, has had a game, so things might have, you know, things might have changed. But and the thing is, it also depends on the developer. Maybe CD Projekt Red is a lot more laid back with that stuff than, you know, I guess Ubisoft or, well, at the time, I guess LucasArts with Soul Calibur. Star Wars.
I mean, well, I mean, Disney's not gonna let anybody have anything. Look what happened with Marvel Ultimate Alliance. They just like took their straight up DLC like off the store and like killed the game. Really. They pretty much murdered the game until they brought it back on the PS4. Like, it was dead. It was a dead game. But I mean, not that it's like got the largest of player bases now, but you know what I mean. I don't know. There's just like, it's so hard to predict what's going to happen with these things, and I mean, we can just give our speculation, and I'm with Rich.
We've like barely seen Geralt in action. This freaking trailer had to be like mostly cinematic.
Yeah.
We haven't even seen create a character yet.
Well, I'm not worried about the create a character because, like, the...
Oh, yeah, no, I don't mean that.
From the jump that we've gotten from 3 to 4 and then from 4 to 5, like, we're gonna be in for a treat. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'd like to say it'll only get better. I mean, I don't know, games these days, it's like... It's always got like a couple steps forward, a couple steps back. But I think it'll still be pretty good.
Well, I think the pendulum swing is definitely real, and that's why I have so much faith in it, because Soul Calibur 5 was such a misstep for them. Even though we're playing it now, and I love Soul Calibur 5,
yeah, I still think it's a good game.
I do too, but a lot of people, like, I do think it is probably one of my least favorites in the series. Yeah. I think the only one that I actually like less than this is Soul Calibur 1, to be honest. But I even like Soul Blade more, just because the soundtrack is so freaking insane. But I mean, for create a character and stuff that we like for single player, well, not so much single player stuff, but for just playing it like with friends, this is probably the best one. It's the best for the fighting style, and I know a lot of people said they complicated it in this one, but I like it. Like, I think the fighting system is excellent in this one.
I like the gameplay in this one.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say they like they oversimplified it, and then like they also made like they introduced too many new mechanics that like watered down the gameplay. Which I don't agree with, by the way. But did they have super moves in Soul Calibur 4?
Nope. Well, yes and no, but they were more like finishing moves than super moves. You can only do them at the end of the match. They were kind of hard to do, from what I remember. I just like there being super moves better, honestly.
Yeah, me too. They were like the BlazBlue finishers, right? You had to have like a certain amount of health, and then like you do the move, and you have to like it has to be a finisher, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Alright, so you have anything else to jump on for this topic? You want to talk about possibility of other creative characters or something?
Yeah, I wanted to talk about a little more about guests. Well, first of all, I did, because I guess two of the guests that come to mind, funny, all these characters have white hair. I swear it's not on purpose. Well, I know, like, we've thought about, we're not the only people that mention this. We've seen other people mention that if there's another guest character, it could be someone else from The Witcher. And obviously, the first person that comes to mind is Ciri.
Right.
Now, I know I mentioned before that, like, I would like it, but I'd also be mad because it's like I do really like Ciri, but at the same time, it's like I would like someone from a game I already wanted a character really from that didn't have to grow on me. But
well, we both have number ones for that aspect too, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure both of us have a different the character we wanted the most in this game.
Yeah, though I remember on both of our lists, 2B was pretty high up there.
I think she was number 2 for me.
High up on yours. That's right. Yeah. So there, you know, I was actually thinking with Ciri though, a good compromise would be they could kind of give her the Cosmos treatment from Soul Calibur 3, and they could have her gear, her hairstyle, all that, like maybe as an available thing to like unlock, or I guess maybe DLC for a creative character. I think that would be kind of cool. I mean, I'm sure you could kind of already kind of make her, but you know, you'd be able to be more accurate. And I was also thinking maybe there's some way to involve her to kind of be able to use Geralt's style or something like it, because I don't think, I mean, I've only, you know, I'm not that far in the game, and I've played as her a little bit, and I know like she mostly plays like him, except I know she doesn't have the signs, but she has like that green energy warping thing that for like her dodges and stuff was pretty cool.
Well, let's speculate. Why would Geralt be in this game in the first place? What possible reason would he have to venture to this area? I think a good possibility could be that Ciri may be in the game, and she may be the reason why he came to this era.
Yeah,
why
that's
he came.
A lot of people think too.
Because like, what else would drive him to come here? You know, like he's not gonna like come over here and be like, "Hey guys, you wanna play some Gwent and chill?" Like,
I wish.
And want to thank you guys for watching and for staying with us. I know it was like a lot of like nonsense, but it's just good to open these conversations up. Leave us a comment in the comment section below what you would think about Geralt and how they could actually fit his weapon style in, or if you're not all that concerned about it.
Yeah, definitely let us know what you think. You know, if you care, if you know, if you think it'll happen, if you don't think it'll happen, definitely let us know.
Alright guys, so that's going to be the video for today. As always, stay powered up.
And as I always say, another time, another place. Keep being
awesome.